This week on the Digital Coffee, goodbye to Facebook live shopping before it even started. YouTube wants to give new life to your old videos and free courses on LinkedIn Learning. Yay! All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for small business. My name is Amanda Webb, and I am your ROI mentor and consultant. What does that mean? That means I help businesses like yours get more ROI, more sales, more profit from the time and energy you spend online. I'm delighted to have you here. If this is your first time joining us, I am grasping a mug, not just to show off my pretty logo, but that's part of it, because we are enjoying this coffee break together. I would love to know what is in your mug today. Is it tea? Is it coffee? Is it something else? I have just finished up a gigantic cup of tea, and I am looking forward to my coffee once the show finishes. Just one more thing before we get on to the news. Oh, two more things. Firstly, I'd love to know whether you use Spotify. Are you a Spotify user? Do you use something else? And the second thing is that if you want to discuss these topics in more detail, if you want to come in and tell me I'm wrong about something or share a new bit of news, come and join myself and Making Sang on Twitter at 10:30 a.m. for a Twitter space. So that's just basically like a live audio call where you can come and join in, you can just listen, or you can request to speak at that as well. We'd love to see you there. I can see we've got a couple of people sharing what they're drinking. Good morning to Mark from Pocket Video School, who is off to get coffee. Well, don't go yet, Mark. Got to watch the show first. Good morning to Kate, who is tea and yes, uses Spotify, listens to music and podcasts on Spotify. Mark, yes, uses Spotify every day when he's working. There's Making. Don't forget, she'll be with me at 10:30 on Twitter. By the way, I never said how you could join. If you go over to my Twitter profile at Spiderworking, there's a pinned tweet there. You just click on that and you're in. Hot water. Now, you're letting the side down there with tea. Coffee for me, and you do use Spotify. Very good. And that's Melanie telling me it's Melanie, because I was going to ask that question next. Hey, Melanie. And Hannah over on LinkedIn. We're getting popular on LinkedIn, I tell you that. Hey, Hannah. So coffee for you, and Spotify is on even now. So we do have a lot of Spotify users. As always, I have a reason for asking this question, which will become apparent when I talk about that later on in the show.
Hello, this is Simon Hodgkins, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Now, you may remember that live shopping was going to be a big thing in 2023. Christmas/holiday season, depending where you're watching in the world. Last year, all the social networks started experimenting with live shopping. And what that means is we've always been able to go live and talk about our products and tell people where they can buy them and, put links in the comments. We've always been able to do that. But a lot of what the social networks were doing was allowing you to actually tag products in your video, have them sitting underneath, making the whole process a lot more streamlined, particularly for Facebook and Instagram, where you can have your shop integrated. It was all very easy to buy from you. And I saw this as being a huge trend for 2023. Could that be about to change? Because Facebook has just said they are stopping their live shopping test. So it never really went out to everyone. Last year it was just creators and influencers they were working with on each social network. So it's never been pushed out on a wide scale. Facebook are saying, no, we're not going to do this anymore. So your first thought is this the end of live shopping? I don't think so. Because firstly, We've seen YouTube are ploughing a lot more into having shoppable videos. Just a few weeks ago, we talked about this being rolled out to more people, being able to tag products in videos, being able to talk about products. That's somewhere you're going to be able to buy it. I think one of the reasons the social networks were getting into this is because of Amazon Live, which is basically a 24/7 shopping channel. It's for the United States, really, where people can talk about products and they share their affiliate links and people buy and they're making money that way. Also, even though Facebook is stopping its trial, live shopping is still going to be a thing on Instagram. So this could just be a platform thing. They could think this isn't going to work on Facebook. This isn't where people want to purchase. This is more an Instagram thing. It's an interesting one. It's always interesting to see the stuff that Facebook gets rid of. I don't think they had it long enough or trialed it for long enough to say this isn't going to work with consumers. So could it even be a tech issue that they have? It is fascinating to me, really. Oh, look, we've got some Jessica, who often joins our Twitter space. Great to see you. Thanks. Hopefully we'll see you later on the Twitter space. And Owen, who I haven't seen for an absolute age. Owen says that he's a big Spotify user all day, every day, and drinking coffee. As you know, I'm not allowed to drink coffee before the show because I talk too fast if I drink coffee. I've also, since last week, banned doing a HIIT workout before the show because I talk too fast. So now I am in total envy of all your coffee. Right, let's have a look. What's next? It's the man who talks very fast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Jeremiah J-Man Monero with J-Man Speaks from New York, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Make it a great day.
When you create long-form content, it's a bit of a pain because you put it out there and it either takes off and does really well or it does nothing. And when you put a lot of energy into that content, that can be a little bit disheartening. So what can you do about that? There's a few things you could do. You can keep resharing it, which is a good thing. You know, don't just put it out there, nobody reacts, and never share it again. You can have like a resharing schedule for your older evergreen content. Or you can repurpose it like I do with the Digital Coffee, like I do with this show. You could be watching this live on one of the multiple platforms, or you could be watching it on replay, or you could be watching one of the segments of the Digital Coffee that goes out throughout the week. Or you could be getting my PDF downloaded newspaper, which surprisingly a lot of people do download every week, that you get by email if you subscribe. The link for that, by the way, is in the description if anyone wants that. Or you could read the blog post, or you could join the Twitter space. So from one piece of content, I'm getting all these other peripheral pieces of content. Repurposing is a really fantastic way to get more eyes on what you're doing. And YouTube is obviously onto this. You may or may not, and I'm going to go off in another direction for a little while, but stay with me. You may or may not realize that YouTube has its own version of TikToks. The same way that Instagram has Reels, YouTube has this thing called Shorts, which are basically 60-second short videos. You can have a special camera if you are shooting through your phone to be able to create these shorts. They're fun, interactive content. They've never really taken off the same way as TikTok. I don't know if that's because YouTube are sticking to a strict, this is what we count as a video view, which I think is like 10 seconds or 30 seconds on YouTube. It's huge compared to other networks. Or whether they've just not, they're not incentivizing us by getting us loads of views, which is obviously what TikTok and what Reels is doing. Or people just aren't using them. I don't know. But bring together repurposing and shorts and you've got what YouTube is doing right now. They are now allowing you to take an old video, take a up to 60-second clip from an old video and turn it into a short. So shorts, just like the other channels, vertical videos. So there's going to be a bit of cropping that goes on and you'll want to pick, a specific clip that is going to resonate with your audience. On iOS, it's 60 seconds. On Android, it's only 5 seconds at the moment, but they say they're going to fix that, hopefully very soon. You'll also be able to add to that clip. So if your clip isn't 60 seconds long, you'll be able to add, other shots using the Shorts camera or, effects and editing on top of that. I absolutely love this. I think this is fabulous. I think it's a really good way to give life to your older content. It could be a good way to drive people to your content. You know, where longer YouTube videos tend to be, you know, starting with this is what you're going to learn in this video because that's what makes people want to watch the video. You don't need to do that with shorts. You can capture attention another way. So you could take a really fun or interesting piece from a video to drive traffic to the existing one, or just to get your brand, your business, you out there. I think it's amazing. I think it's great. I think it's a win-win for everyone. For us, I don't really YouTube anymore, although hello YouTube, I'm there right now. For us, we're going to get more from our content. For YouTube, they're going to get more content for shorts, which apparently people are beginning to cop onto right now. I think it's good. I can see we've got, talking of YouTube, Deirdre, who's always watching on YouTube. Great to see you, Deirdre. What's in your mug today? Let me know, tea or coffee or something else. Also, do you listen to, I was going to say, do you listen to Shopify? Now that would be weird. Do you listen to Spotify?
Hi, I'm Carol Phillips from Laguna Beach, California, and I'm here watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Hi.
Pricing is a tough one for businesses, isn't it? So you need to price something so it's actually worth your while to do it, so that you can pay yourself a wage at the end of the month. And then you need to make sure that you're not pricing something so high that the market won't accept it, so you never sell it. So you still can't pay yourself at the end of the month. It's a balancing game. How much will someone pay for this thing? And I remember a few weeks ago when Snapchat came out with Snapchat Plus, their subscription service, when I saw the price, and I think it was, just going to look it up, $3.99, $3.99. All of this segment will be talking about dollars. I was like, that's quite expensive for a subscription service. Like, what are you going to get for that? And then last week we saw the sort of thing that you're going to get with that. And the lovely thing I think about Snapchat subscriptions is that, you know, you get, can you hear my cat crying in the background? The nice thing about Snapchat subscriptions is that you get new features all the time. It's basically they're beta testing. They're giving people these features, these new features they're coming up with for free to start with. So after I started seeing that and the sort of features you got, I thought this could be well worth the money. Twitter Blue, on the other hand, is a static set of features which seem nice that I'd be willing to pay a small amount of money for, but it's static. I'm not getting anything new every month. So it surprises me, particularly since it hasn't been rolled out globally yet. We don't have it in Ireland, you don't have it in the UK. They are putting their prices up from $2.99 to $4.99 per month for Twitter Blue. This static set of boring features that never gets updated. I think that is too much. I think they have missed the point. They've maybe seen Snapchat is working because they're charging more, but Snapchat is offering so much more in return. And I think for us as businesses, there is a lesson there, isn't there? I think, yes, you should definitely consider raising your prices. But if you are going to raise your price, it's either because you've been delivering incredible value at low costs for a long time, and really that's worth a lot more. You don't mind losing your existing customers because you're going to get new, better customers, or because you're adding something into the service. So if Twitter Blue came along and said, we're going to add all this stuff, we're putting the price up, but you're going to get beta testing and all this stuff, just like Snapchat, maybe that price would seem affordable. What do you think? Would you pay $4.99 for Twitter Blue? Would you? I wouldn't. Good morning to Ginny over on Facebook. Managed to catch you live. It's great to see you here. Tea. You're drinking tea. Fabulous. And good morning to Laura. No tea yet, but yes to Spotify. Yes. I think we're mostly Spotify users. I know there are other alternatives out there. I was about to tell you what we're going to talk about, Spotify, but it's a surprise. You're going to have to wait while I find the correct button to press. Here we go. Here's Melanie. Are you still watching? Because here you are.
I'm Esther.
And I'm Melanie.
From the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast.
And you're watching the Digital Coffee
with Amanda Webb.
How can you make Twitter a more fun place to be? We've seen a lot of problems on Twitter in the past where people may have been joking about something, but it wasn't 100% clear they were joking about it, and it's turned into a big thing, right? And we know people like to have a bit of a Barney on Twitter, you know, they can't help it. You know, I try and stay out of that stuff, but we know it happens. 1 second, I am going to just close out the cat. She's very noisy. Where were we? We know people like to have a Barney on Twitter, but sometimes, you know, when you are typing words, the context is lost. So what if you could add a bit of context, something, a flag to say the context of the tweet that you're writing? Well, this is something that Twitter are working on. That's not it. This is something that Twitter are working on. It's called, they're calling it status, which was confusing to me straight up because I was like, isn't a tweet a status? But no, these are little kind of emojis that will sit at the top of your tweet to classify, you know, the intent of that tweet. So that sounds really boring, but the examples of that I give you. So shower thoughts, you know, so if you're having a random thought, or you had an idea in the shower, you would add shower thoughts. Or there is the most important one, spoiler alert. You will be able to let people know that you're joking by adding one of these, or that you're being sarcastic, or you're not being entirely serious, or that you're making a political statement. You know, all of these things could be encompassed here, and it will look just like it does on Facebook when people add, you know, feeling curious, feeling upset, feeling amazing, or, you know, traveling to. We have all those little emojis that sit at the top of Facebook updates. I, for one, think this is an amazing idea. I think it could add a bit of fun and frivolity to tweets, and I welcome it. I really do, because I think the less cross wires we have on Twitter, the nicer space it's going to be. Next is to think about how we can use it in our marketing, and I have seen in the past with the Facebook one some really creative uses of I'm eating my breakfast, I'm traveling to, particularly by Doctor Who a few years ago, when they had a multi-part series, in between 2 episodes had put up something, we're traveling to a planet. I can't remember the name of the planet because, yeah, I just can't remember it. But it made me laugh and smile when they did that. So there's opportunities for us to use this in a quirky and interesting way. And anything, honestly, that improves communication is better for the whole wide world. Deirdre says, often Twitter is the only place big companies will pay attention to queries, etc. I don't know. Oh, I did miss another comment from you, so I think that was going. Drinking chocolate, chocolate in a mug, and I have Spotify account for a long time. Haven't used it a lot. I do know a lady who used the subscription version and uses it to stream around her home on the go. Yeah, I pay for Spotify so that I can use it on my smart speaker. And it is nice not to have the ads there. That's it. And so occasionally I'll download a playlist, you know, if I know I'm going to be out of internet range, like when I'm on an aeroplane. Okay, I forgot who I pressed last. It must have been Melanie, because I'm seeing a yay from Melanie. Okay, who's next? I do believe it's...
Hello, this is Nicole from Wonderstars, and you are watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Upskilling is becoming such an essential part of running a business, particularly, you know, when you're in digital marketing or whatever area you're in. I'm sure things are changing at a phenomenal pace, always for digital marketing. And if you're watching this show, that could be, well, why you watch this show, because things change so much. I get to do a weekly show about it. And one of the places you can go to learn is LinkedIn Learning. I've taken a few courses from there. I find them fabulous. They're nice little short lessons, you know, 5 minutes long. I'm not into a whole hour-long thing. I really enjoy using these, and I do a lot of courses. I buy some from professionals. I buy some from LinkedIn Learning, from Udemy. I do go to conferences. I mean, there's so much upskilling to be done, but that's all expensive, right? Well, LinkedIn have a little treat for us this month. They have listed their 20 top LinkedIn Learning courses, and they are giving them away for free for the month of August. So you need to complete them by the end of August. So you can't just go and get all 20 and complete them in your own time. But 20 courses, and there's such a wide range of things there. I just picked out a few. Essential Microsoft Excel. I mean, I might do that. I might do that one. I always know that I don't know enough about Excel. Project management, Python, speaking with confidence, emotional intelligence. So there is something there for everyone, and they are completely free to do during the month of August. Now all you have to do is find time to do them. So it's not going to be all 20, but maybe you can get to do one course for free. I will put the link in the comments below so you can go to that and grab your free courses. I think that's the best news I've heard all week.
Hi, Sasha Lydia from Think Outside the Bot, and you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Music careers have been launched on TikTok. We see songs go viral, people get record contracts, people make collaborations, music goes to #1, whatever that means these days. And it seems now that Snapchat want in on that action. Snapchat have launched what they're calling a creator fund, I like to say a bribe, to encourage music creators to upload their music there so that people can use them in videos. They're going to give grants to people who do this and whose music gets used. I'm not quite sure how that's going to be distributed, but it sounds like good news for music creators. It's a way to get money. We've been talking about Spotify a lot. It's a way to make money on your music, even if you are unsigned. So good news for creators. It's weird though, isn't it, coming from Snapchat, because Snapchat has obviously taken a hit from TikTok, probably more than any other social network, and this is a very TikTok thing to do. This is how people use TikTok, so Snapchat obviously wants in on a piece of the action. The downside is that you have to be in the United States and over 16 to upload your music, which is a little bit of a shame and a little bit limiting. You know, I know the United States is huge and it probably has creators from every kind of culture in the world, but I do feel like they're missing out on some amazing music. I mean, Ireland definitely punches above its weight as far as music goes. So I am a little bit sad that this isn't going to be open to everyone, but it's really interesting to see how social networks are really adapting to music, how music is becoming more important for social networks to such an extent that they're willing to bribe you, which is cool, right?
This is Making Sang, first name Making, from the Firmware Creator, and you have been watching the Digital Coffee Show with Amanda Webb.
How can you diversify your product offering? And what if you find out your customers, as well as using your product as you intended, are actually using your product or service in a way that you'd never thought of before? This is something that has obviously occurred to TikTok and Snapchat, if you are watching about Snapchat, because TikTok have just launched a trademark, or just applied for a trademark through the US, I think it's called the Patent and Trademark Commission, and this is it. They've looked for a trademark for TikTok music. They already have it in Australia, now they're applying in the United States. And in the filing for this trademark, they have said that this trademark is for a business that will provide online non-downloadable software that enables users to purchase, play, share, download music, songs, albums, lyrics and quotes, which looks like it's going to be a music service, doesn't it? And it makes sense because this is what happens on TikTok. A song will go viral. People will pick up a song, and particularly if it's connected to a challenge or a meme, that song will get shared so much. And I mean, we've seen songs going to #1, like I say, I'm not sure what that means, because of TikTok. So launching a music service to capture that audience that's already interested seems to make sense. The only scary part is, we talked about the WeChatification of Facebook, but could this be the WeChatification of TikTok, which is a bit weird because it is an app that comes from China where WeChat is, which means one app to rule them all. Spotify shaking in their feet, because most of us use Spotify for our music. And to be honest, I don't see myself switching to TikTok music like ever, but I'm a little bit old. I think I might switch to something like Apple Music, but I don't think I'd swap to TikTok music. But this could be the way that young people listen to music in the future. This is something that we will see evolve. From a business point of view, unless you're a musician, I think you're going to have to look at working with creators or working with music creators if you want to tap into this trend. And I think for most of us, that is going to be beyond our reach. Just looking to see some more comments. Oh, the LinkedIn courses sound, sorry, I'm really putting this. Oh, the LinkedIn courses sound interesting. Let's set a challenge to complete a few during the month, Amanda. I think I'd be able to do one. I'm actually in the middle of, the thing is they do expire in a month. If you buy a LinkedIn learning course, and they're dead cheap, they're like €25 or something. They're not expensive. I'm in the middle of one at the moment, and it has taken me longer than a month to find the time to do it. I think I might do the Excel one though. I am interested in that one beyond all. So maybe we should. Who else is going to do a LinkedIn course? The Twitter emojis sound great, Deirdre says. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Not everyone seems to understand the text. Yeah, so many times this has gone wrong, hasn't it? And famously wrong. There's like famous tweets out there that were meant in one context and were taken in another, and people have lost their jobs, their lives as a result of that. So I do think that's good news. Over on Twitter at 10:30 a.m, join myself and Making Sang, and we can talk about these in more detail. I would love to hear your thoughts on these, or you can just listen in. If you are on a laptop or a PC, you can only listen in. Click you'll see a little kind of card stuck to the top of my Twitter profile. Click in to join in. If you're on mobile, you can not just listen in, you can come and say your thing. And because I know you all, I'm definitely going to let you in and say your thing. So do join us at 10:30. Owen says 20 courses to choose from. Which one are you? Well, which one are you thinking of doing, Owen? I'd love to know. For me, I think it might be the Excel one, because I never did that Microsoft driving license thing that loads of people did. So probably I don't know enough about Excel. I think I would find that one useful. Right, that is it for this week's show. Just a note, let me know if you're going to Social Media Marketing World, because I just booked my ticket. I think this is my 6th year going. I am so excited to think about being in San Diego next March. So let me know if you're going. Let me know if you want to go, because I may have an affiliate link somewhere and I might buy you dinner. All right. So we'll see you over on Twitter at 10:30. If not, I will be back. Same bat time, same bat place next week. Until then, bye-bye.